Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Nikke video. So this is the preliminary tier list or version 1.0 for the closed beta test game Nikke, and this is not your typical tier list. Okay, so I'm gonna have to throw this disclaimer out there. It's not, calculated by strength, or rather by the assets of the units in this game. So if you know about the game Nikke, you'll know what this tier list is about, and you can probably infer that from the icons. And of course, because it's a closed beta test, I think personally for me it's too early to comment and make a tier list based on strength. So this is more of a culture tier list for the players who are playing this game for reasons that we all know why. So I've ranked them in terms of from S to D, and there are a few ones that I just didn't really care because there were SR or R units at the bottom, but the most importantly, the SSR units are all ranked, and I'll go over why I gave these the choices I made in terms of S rank and A rank. I'll probably leave, maybe I'll talk about a few B ranks and then leave the C and the D rank, just because if I went through every single unit, it's going to take a very long time. Okay, so let's take a look at the from the bottom up. So D for denied. So I'm just going to summarize very quickly why I gave some of these units the D or denied rank. So I think the best representative in that game mode would be, let's take a look, champion I believe is one. So we're going to viewing mode, and if we look at champion, yeah, it's just she's fully covered with sleek black pants, but also there's a coat over it, so there's just no movement, right? Whereas if we take a look at one of the S tiers, okay, we'll start with the top, the very best, who is Uni, I believe. Let me just bring up her profile. Okay, Uni is the current, in my opinion, champion of the asset tier list, because if we look at Uni, she is just amazing. Okay, so if we look at that physics, all right, the jiggle per second, JPS, we're not looking for DPS but JPS, and undoubtedly she is S tier at the top for closed beta test, in my personal opinion. And if you disagree, feel free to leave in the comments what you think, but S tier, Uni. Okay, so again, we'll go back and then we'll start from the bottom, like I said. So the reason why I mentioned denied as the D tier is just, you can't really see any actions. So those are 3 units there, and there's also the can't really see, so the C tier, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And I think a fair representative is Diesel. So Diesel, unfortunately, as one of my favorite characters, it just doesn't show much from the back. Okay, she's covered in a very modest skirt plus the outfit. Very good character design, but on the tier list, she's unfortunately not going to fare that well. Same with the healer, I believe, Mary. She has the same issue. It's just that very well designed unit, but well covered. So unfortunately, that's not going to cut it on the tier list. All right, so let's go back to our tier list again, and let's go up a tier, which is the barely there tier. So the reason why I went with barely there is because I wanted to look at units that are, they've got the shape, they've got the movement, but they may not be as fluid in terms of what they represent. So I think a couple of key units from there, as we can see, Scarlet is from the top. You can see Scarlet. The Scarlet is different because again, it doesn't show the full extent. You can see that it's more of like a side view, so you can see the full extent of the unit at all. And another fair comparison on the tier list would be, let's go back, would be I believe, if I can recognize any, Sugar. So Sugar is also there in the B barely there tier list, and if we take a look at her, just the side viewing angle, you can see obviously there's the recoil, there's the shake, everything is good, but it's just not there compared to the S tier I showed, the Uni. So not bad in my opinion, but not quite there. So now we'll go over the A tier and the S tier one by one. So starting off in the A tier, at the bottom of the A tier, I would say it's Lucilla. So Lucilla is, in my opinion, well designed, although it's very covered in a sense, but you can see that her character design is amazing, and the JPS is quite good. So after that, we will have another unit in the A tier. As we can see is Emma. Emma again is another unit that unfortunately suffers from having too much being covered, but just the natural size of the asset and obviously how well Emma is in sync with the weapon that she uses really helps accentuate her position. So you can see here's Emma, and yeah, definitely worthy of the A tier status. And the remaining two on the A tier we have, so this one I did debate about, Alice. So I think Alice is quite good. The latex definitely helps, but unfortunately I think it just not quite. If she was a assault rifle user, she would definitely be close to S tier, but she is unfortunately a sniper, so the one shot mechanic really holds her back a bit. Okay, so after Alice, the other remaining A tier who almost made it to, I believe, S tier would be Liberty. So let's take a look at Liberty. Okay, Liberty is here. So quite good. Again, being an assault rifle definitely helps with her positioning on the tier list, and the proportion from bottom to top, yeah, I don't need to comment on that. We can all see, right? So as the gatekeeper of the A tier, the S tier, we have Liberty right here. So we'll now enter the S tier. The two units that are presented there, as we talked about, the first, which is who's that unit? Uni, and the second one is an SR unit, our main character Rappy. So Rappy is definitely worthy of the S tier, and let's look at the movement. So very nice, very in sync actually with the shots that she is producing as well, so it feels even more natural. And you can see that again, she is an assault rifle user. It's on the tier list, you can see it's the assault rifle user meta, and yeah, she definitely benefits from having being in that weapon class. And let's go back one more time to our winner on the S tier list, which is Uni. To summarize and conclude this video, Uni right now I think is the best unit in terms of the tier list, and even though she is a rocket launcher, she beats all the assault rifle classes with ease, just with how good okay, I can't do this seriously. Just with how good her design is. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tier list. Again, please don't take this seriously, it's just for fun, and I thought something that would be interesting for the community of Nikke. Let me know your thoughts in the video, and if you do enjoy it, maybe I'll do one as some units are being released or if we get more units. But yeah, that's it from me, TimaeuSS, and hope you enjoy this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one.